what she yelling for. Lay back, it's all been done before.
On a weekend like this, where there's a convention for Star Wars happening, there's the build-up for Avengers happening, we can like compare the hype, the level, and I'm going out and saying that they have, Marvel, surpassed Star Wars. It's official. This movie's gonna make more cake in the box office than Force Awakens did. This movie, if you compare the franchises, like they are very similar. They got, if you tick the checklist off the boxes, crazy fans, yep. We've got actors who were typecasted and can't do it, yep. We've got the $1 billion, yep. We got movies doing $1 billion. This is, and it's been 11 years. Well, Star Wars has, I guess, 40 years, but they've got 8 episodes and spin-off sort of stuff. There's the animated Clone Wars, there's the Rogue One, and what's the one that happened this summer that I didn't watch? That one. But like Marvel has freaking 21, I think. 20. This will be the 21st movie. 22nd. I can't remember. Black Panther was 18. Regardless, it says so right there. I'm just trying to say that they have beat them. This is it. We are more interested in Marvel. And all they did was give you what was happening in comic books and put it on the screen. They're even going to continue doing it with Disney Plus happening. There's like 4 or 5 Disney Plus shows that are Marvel related in continuity that's happening out there. These guys are spreading out. Disney's Star Wars can't seem to do this. And maybe it's blame on the leadership, but they are giving us a Star Wars story in this timeline. There's The Mandalorian happening in this timeline. The movies are in the future, or in the present, I should say. They're playing all around, and video games happening. And these guys here at Marvel are just giving us straight up. Well, Captain Marvel happened in the 90s, but it was only to introduce her to today's present, and they're just giving us stories out there. They say shows like Cloak and Dagger, shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil happen within the MCU. Nothing in the universes really contradict each other too much. I know that there was a woman in Civil War who was casted who was also in another TV show. I think it was Luke Cage. I mean, with the exception of things like that, and things like that, small little issues, it's really the same story happening. Nothing contradicts it. They're even going further and making these shows in the MCU that'll happen on Disney Plus directly related. Like that Jeff Loeb dude who was hired to take care of the other TV properties, he was kind of the head dog there. Not anymore. Just go back to writing comic books. I mean, it's kind of sad for him, but it makes me happy because we'll get more interconnectivity. Just because we're not getting an X-Men movie don't mean we're not going to get an X-Men TV show where it takes place at the school. I'd call it Academy X, and that would be a fire TV show. Just to introduce all these mutants one by one, give them 30 minutes here, 30 minutes for Storm, 30 minutes again for Wolverine, and now we know who they are. Then we can get that movie 3-4 years from now. It works for me, and it gives you reason to cast them. And then there's you know how many enemies mutants have? You could have the smaller street level mutant villains like William Stryker, like the human beings who just hate mutants. Have them happen there. And then in the movies we'll get Magneto, Mr. Sinister, sort of the more guys who don't walk, you know, those crazy dudes. I'm really impressed of how Marvel has, in my opinion, surpassed Star Wars. And they did it preparing. Like, they prepared for this saga, and they even underestimated it. Like, they had Nick Fury showing up at the end credit scene promoting an Avengers movie that happened. They had Hulk come out the same year. But then, and we got the Avengers and it was a huge success. But people are wanting more. We got no movies in 2009. And now we're getting 3 movies a year. You think if they knew that, and it wasn't a steady, slow build, though. These needed to be necessarily every year that we get a movie, every year, okay, we'll get 2 movies, then we'll get 3 movies. They didn't need to build that fast, because we can take 4 movies right now. And I hope movies like Dumbo fail, and I hope movies like Aladdin and Lion King fail, and Beauty and the Beast and any other thing that they're going to remake, I hope they all fail. Just so that Disney can go, okay, now that we own 20th Century Fox, that means that one of their superhero movies won't be coming out. That takes one off the market. Disney, hey, Feige, 4 movies a year. Like, that's what I want. These guys have surpassed Star Wars. Star Wars has to happen every 3 years. Lately, it's been happening 2 years for an episode, and there was always a in-between story that was unrelated. That's what Disney did. So every 6 years they had a movie, and you saw what happened to Solo, a Star Wars story. We have a thirst for Marvel. Marvel's far superior than Star Wars. Countdown to Avengers Endgame. Thank you for watching. With that being said,